Hello, it's Lottie. I'm an author and today I'm going to be working on the copy edits for my novel. Just yesterday I moaned about not receiving my notes back in time, but I did get them late at night. So now I'm on my way to a tea house to work on the copy edits for my upcoming novel, and I took a teeny tiny sneak peek at the email. I didn't want to read all of it because I would have wanted to start working on it immediately. So I took a small sneak peek and there were surprisingly many notes, considering that I thought that at this point we're only correcting language. No, there were actually points about the content and the story and the characters as well, which is great. I mean, me and my editor, we're both, I'd say, almost blind to the story by now because we've worked on it so much for so many months. So it's great to get some fresh eyes on it. But yeah, as I said, more work than I thought. I'm taking a stroll through my local park and thinking about all the books I've written in here. I always like to write outside, and over the last few years I've written 3 books in English, trying to get published in the UK. And what's so wild to me is that I wrote 2 books about English girls living in England, and well, those didn't sell. But then I wrote one about the things that I've been trying to hide, the fact that I'm not from here, the fact that I'm not English and that I'm different. That's what the publishers actually wanted. Now I'm writing about my heritage, I'm writing about my feelings of not belonging, and that's what the publishing industry here was interested in. That's what makes me interesting. And it's been really, really healing to suddenly not have to hide those feelings anymore, but to be open about them, because clearly I'm also not alone. They think a lot of readers, a lot of children will be able to relate, and it's been a wonderful experience. There's a cute little farmer's market near my house every Saturday, which is where I'm going first to grab something to eat, I hope, before I go to the cafe. Not cafe, tea house. I was not expecting this. This is making me very happy.
Hello, how you doing?
Hello,
You okay?
good, thanks.
Yes, that's all.
Thank you.
And women and one they sell it in shops. Really nice and tasty.
Then I got myself a delicious chicken and potato arepa. I love this farmer's market. I live so close to central London, and yet it feels like a little village every Saturday. Let me tell you a fun little writing tip before I go. I used to come here. So there are old gravestones around here, and I used to use them to pick names for my characters. I think that's so much more inspiring than using a name generator online. They are very, very old. You can barely read them, but sometimes you can read the names, and yeah, that's where I found character names. Look, we've got a Liz here and an Alpho Charles. Alpho. I love this farmer's market and I could listen to those musicians play forever, but I've got to get some work done. Made it to the cafe, and look, that's Maggie, the cat, right next to me. I've got my laptop, I've got my Apple tea, and I'm very excited to read the copy editor's notes. Ooh. Oh my goodness, the feedback I've received from the copy editor is absolutely incredible. I'm going to read a paragraph. I've been in bliss in Lumi's world. This story is gorgeous and I loved working on it. What a fantastic voice Lottie has. A future star in the making, I predict. She's achieved a wonderful balance of gentle and jeopardy here. The story is so effortlessly takes you from cozy moments to high stakes tension, and is full of drama and real danger, but with so much heart and tenderness. I'm freaking out inside and nobody has any idea. Cheers. This is some fantastic feedback. I could not be happier. I definitely need to do something fun to celebrate today. This is some celebratory tea. And And then it was time to start working. Oh, I really enjoyed reading the copy editor's notes, and she'd also left me little comments in the manuscript. And it was just the most gorgeous feeling. Somebody with fresh eyes who did not know the book before, who didn't know me, had read the book and thoroughly enjoyed it. But that doesn't mean that the manuscript is done. I actually had a lot of work to do, such as sentence structure or adding more description, little things that will make the book so much better. I'm having so much fun doing these copy edits. My copy editor has checked the spelling of all the words in the Oxford Dictionary and sometimes fixed things, but she's always left an explanation why she changed things. And I find that so interesting, and I feel like I'm learning so much thanks to those comments. Didn't look at what I was doing. This is vanilla tea. I had apple tea before, and this is vanilla tea. It's very good. Writing is so interesting. This is now the 6th draft of this novel. That means I have reworked it 6 times in total. And that's why I'm really glad that I love the characters and the story so much, because I'm not growing tired of them yet. A few more weeks to go, and then this book will be done. It's completely dark outside. I've now done 99 out of 160 pages, and I'm going to stop here because I have a few questions for my editor. That's what I hate about working on the weekend. I won't hear back until Monday. I also booked myself a treat for tonight. I'm going to see Ballet Shoes, which is my favourite play. Again, I just saw it last week. I wonder if I have time to write some Christmas cards. I wanted to write Christmas cards for my publisher. So, yeah, maybe I'll do 1 or 2. That's it. Save and close. They may not be Christmas cards, but they're winter-themed cards. And actually, they go very well with the theme and setting of my book. So they're perfect for my publisher and my agent. Jill is my agent. Now I'm on my way home to eat something, get changed, and head to the theatre to see Ballet Shoes. My boyfriend is out tonight, so I decided to treat myself after the wonderful feedback I received, and I got a first row seat for the National Theatre, and I cannot wait. As I said, I've previously seen it. I've seen it twice before, but I love it so much. I'm on my way to the theatre. I picked a cute, stagey bag. It's got Shakespeare plays on it, and I've got the script. The National Theatre is always great. If you didn't know, National Theatre plays are paid with tax money. So usually the set design and costumes and all of that are great. I don't know why the building is so ugly though. I really dislike it. One of my favourite things about this production of Ballet Shoes is Sienna Arif-knit as Petrova. She was in Mallory Towers, she's Sally. As I said before, I saw Ballet Shoes last year as well, but it was a different cast, and I quite disliked Petrova. She was very grumpy, whereas Sienna Petrova is very sweet. Here we go. Here's the National Theatre from the inside. There's a bookshop down there. What I do like about the National Theatre is that it's very accessible. I think they call it the citizens' living room. So they want people to come in here, they want them to spend time in here and work, even if you're not going to the theatre, and I really like that. Well, I tried to find my seat. I'll tell you about the show. It's about 3 adopted sisters during or after the Second World War, and about them trying to achieve their dreams. They have big dreams, but they're very, very poor. They have to take in boarders, which turns out to be quite lucky. And yeah, it's called Ballet Shoes, but I think that's almost a little bit misleading, because even though one of the girls dreams of being a ballerina, not all of them do. And the guy who adopts the 3 girls is an archaeologist, which is why there are so many fossils. And that's their last name as well, Fossil. Okay, my very cheap first row seat looks fantastic. The stage is very low, so I can see everything. There is no restricted view whatsoever. I can't believe this. So it's nearly 7 o'clock. I'm very, very excited. I love returning to shows that I love. I love rewatching the same shows I like on TV as well, because I feel like every time you notice new details and new layers about it. Before the show, the actors and dancers warmed up in the auditorium, which was such a creative solution. And they even gave little ballet lessons. Look, the entire audience is taking part. The one on the left is Sienna from Mallory Towers, by the way. Putting the camera away now. See you after the show, I think. See you after the show. My goodness, that was so good. Again, the story is just so inspiring, how you should go after your dreams despite poverty, despite anything really. Yeah, so uplifting, beautiful. I also love how the story celebrates just being different and having different kinds of dreams. I feel like every little girl, every child and every person should see it. Now I feel great. What a day. The view's so beautiful. That's St. Paul's Cathedral over there. I'm now walking to the bus stop, so let me sign out here. What a lovely day. I'm really glad I took myself out to celebrate, because when you're self-employed, which authors are, there's nobody to celebrate your wins, so you have to do that yourself. And what a way to celebrate. I'm really glad the copy edits are going so well and the book is nearly there. I'll catch you soon, and I guess my book will be done by then. That is, well, exciting, nerve-wracking I'd say. But until then, I'll see you on Instagram or TikTok. Thank you for following. Bye!